Let's begin by loading our agent. File, load agent, and select command.cdl. Now let's bring in our actions. We'll be using AMCs. You can click a single action, control select, or click and drag, which is what we'll do for this. Now let's go to the action page, and I'm just going to split the panels so that our view doesn't cover our actions panel. Just adjust this a bit. To watch the actions, we can click on solo and then hit the spacebar. Let's just press Alt F to locate our agent. As you can see, it's currently playing the shift action. So let's go and take a look at the walk action. Now you can see that there's just more than just walk. What we're going to need to do is trim this down and loop the walk action. What we need to do first is make sure our agent is walking down the Z axis. So let's click on Alt Shift A to bring up the world axis, and as you can see, our agent is currently walking down X. So we're going to need to rotate the agent so it's walking down this blue, which is the Z axis. So we can do that in transform, rotate to about 90, and let's have a look. Okay, that's better. Now that we've done that, let's go to the curves tab, and we're going to select a few curves that we have some reference to work from. We'll go to create our loop. Here we can click and drag the start and the end points. So if I just move this along, see if we get a good starting point. Okay, let's turn filtering off using Alt Shift F. You can see it's not quite right just yet, so we just need to adjust this a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. We can have a closer look at these curves by right clicking the mouse button and then dragging this bar here. Okay, what we have here is not too bad, and we can add a crossfade filter to it so that we'll blend the start and end points, making our transition a bit smoother. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn off grid so we can have a better look at this. Okay, that's not so bad actually. So the crossfade can really help if your start and end points aren't smooth. But at this point we've actually done quite a good job of actually finding a good point to start and end with and have quite a smooth transition blend. So that's leaping quite well. Now what we need to do is say what kind of action this is. We've got 4 types of actions. got static, turning, locomotion, and ramp. A static action is where the agent is standing on the spot. Turning action is where the agent is doing a complete turn. Locomotion is like the walks, runs, and trots. And a ramp is an uphill or downhill motion. So in this case, we're going to be using locomotion, and that will determine which root curves it gets crossfaded. At the moment, it's not important at this stage to go through this. So this looks like a good loop. We can go ahead and click on apply. Now if I switch off follow, you can see it's still not very useful as an action. It's because the agent doesn't traverse across the scene. It's just repeating over and over in one place. What we need to have is what we call agent curves, which is velocities rather than positions in space, and they enable the agent to move relative to its current position instead of its absolute position. And we can get these agent curves under the agent tab. So if I locate our agent, and you can see this by turning the grid back on, you see our agents actually traversing our scene. So here we've got a preview, and again we've got our action categories. You can see locomotion is selected. If I click on this button here, you can see that it's actually affecting several settings. So we've got a matrix of buttons across from here that it's not important to understand right now. As long as we've got the right action category selected, we should be having a smooth loop sorted out for it. The veiled filter width over here is the amount of filtering applied to the agent curve, so that the agent won't slavishly follow along the route node, but give us a slightly smoother overall progression of the agent in the scene. Now it's not actually essential to switch on, but for this we'll leave it to what it was set. Well, I think this is quite a good start to our actions, and the loop looks quite smooth. Now we have an agent that we can use. We can apply, and our agent can traverse along the scene.